Hi guys, welcome. I did my first live stream celebration yesterday on Facebook, on my Facebook page, Laura Volpentesta, just my public page, to celebrate the arrival of my deck. The pilot pack of my Oracle deck, Peace deck, based on all the things, all the healing and all the things I've been going through for all these years. I'm 46. It's been a very interesting life, and I wanted to share so many gifts with you. So I created this deck with all this art that became inspired just since February this year. It's been a really powerful, beautiful year. I don't know. Oh, good. I can flip the camera during this. Okay, because yesterday I shared it on YouTube too. It's not on IGTV yet, but I pulled my first card to share with you. And it was a single card. We read the back. We talked about the creation of the deck and stuff. Today, I wanted to try, because the deck literally arrived yesterday. I'm so excited. But what I wanted to try this morning was to randomly pull 3 cards and see if I could get an intuitive reading without reading the back. So these cards, the book is like on the back. Okay, there's a lot of text. Some of them have less. I wanted it to be less, but I couldn't keep the words from flowing. Okay, but you see there's a reclining woman here. So what I did today was I pulled 3 cards, and I was very curious to see if they were readable that way, if I would get an intuitive read. So I did, and then I also looked at the backs after, and I was like, oh, that makes a good reading too. So let's start with the intuitive piece, because I really want to share the story that I pulled. And please comment, let me know if it resonates for you. I hope it does. And I have a pretty little setup here. So I pulled 3 cards, not necessarily, sometimes I have the intention of like past, present, future. And actually this one did play out that way. So let's take a look at the 3 cards, and I'm going to share with you my story, my feeling, what's coming through for me about these cards. But definitely take what you like, leave the rest, and keep your own, you're going to find your own stories in them. That's the whole point of this abstract art. And when I say oracle cards, it's kind of like a word that's out there, but I don't believe in, oracle, like I'm speaking some future thing. It's more about knowing you're going to pull the cards that you need to see today and finding your own answer when you reflect on them. You really meditate on them, right? Okay, so let's take a look. I'm so excited. I'm going to flip the camera. Okay, so the 3 cards I got, I have a lot of thoughts about these 3. And I wish you could see them all at once. So we could try that. Because for me, there's really a strong progression. Okay, this is reclining, resting, dreaming, sleeping. First, I'm going to go overall, and then I'm going to break it down. Here, she's upright. Eyes closed. Oh, no, they're not closed. Okay. Introspective, reflecting. This light for me represents creative feeling, knowing, positivity, light, ideas, positive emotions. It's something I don't see in my life, but it's something that I feel, and it showed up in a lot of the work. You can see here as well, the light. Here she's planting. Okay, so what comes to me with this story today is, I work a lot with creative women, teaching art, and in a lot of other things as well, teaching entrepreneurship, and working a lot with mothers. So here is what pains me the most in working with mothers, but this can go for everybody. Hello, Sour, thanks for stopping by. This card represents for me, I always hear women berating themselves for not doing enough, for not being enough, I can't bear it. It pains me. This resting, dreaming, this receptivity, where she's absorbing the light of the stars, the knowledge of the heavens. This is the very important part of your creative process. Okay? You cannot create without this piece. And it's pleasurable. It's pleasurable to be receptive and to rest and to dream. And it's essential. And I believe that the reason why we get so uncomfortable with this part of our creative process is because we grow up in school where it's constantly like every time you're looking quote unquote lazy or restful, it's wrong. And why do we feel that way? Because in school, we're prescribed to be interested in so many things and to complete so many tasks that don't come from inside us. They all come from outside. We're lucky if we can have a few assignments that really interest us from the inside out. Hello. Thanks for stopping by, everybody. So this card is to remind you of the very, very important part of rest, of dreaming, of receiving, of cycling your creativity with quietude and restoration. Otherwise, you cannot wake up refreshed. You cannot wake up. I almost see here that the light of the stars is glowing on her. She's absorbing inspiration, intuition, guidance. When she wakes up, it emerges from her. She's overflowing. But you've got to fill up in order to overflow. And this is where the idea comes. This is where the inspiration comes, the creation happens. She rises from her sleep. She looks to the sky. She's green. She's full of love. Here in black, the kind of lack of color represents the absorption. They say black absorbs heat, right? She's absorbing the light. She's totally receptive. Now she's full of green, love energy. There's all these orbs of ideas, intentions, desires around her. And I feel like she's thinking about what she wants, where she wants to put her attention and her energy that she has absorbed. And then in the last card, she's planting. You see? She's planting. So what do you want to plant? And you cannot plant without rest. This can also represent winter and then spring, summer, fall, planting and harvesting. But this tells to me a story of the creative cycle. I wish I could turn my phone sideways. Creative cycle, trusting, honoring that cycle. For me, one of the most important parts of this cycle is honoring this one. This one is very, very underestimated. This is the divine feminine receptivity. These are the more masculine energies of, especially the planting, going out and taking action. But this one in between, I feel, is a mixture of the both. Hello. It's the masculine energy of ideas and forms, but the creative intuition and desire, intention. So I ask you, are you comfortable with your rest cycle? Are you allowing yourself to stare at the wall, to do quote unquote nothing? Because you are never doing nothing and you are never stuck. There is a time, there is a reason to retreat. There's a time to shut down or close down stimulation, get quiet, focus, close your eyes, turn off your senses, rest, so that you can wake and rise, refreshed, inspired, full of dreams and visions. Sort through them, play with them, and then decide what you want to plant. And remember that planting takes patience. Remember that things grow, that things sleep underground in winter, but they grow, they emerge. And this is an action card. This is about taking an action. And what I'm feeling right now is when I look at that little green shoot, I see a single focused action. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm seeing one. Not that you only have to pick one. I don't want to encourage any belief that you need to, give up one thing to have another thing. But I'm loving what I'm feeling right here. Thank you for the hearts. What I'm feeling right here about that focus, that nourishing power of your finger. That quote, I heard an Amanda Frances quote where she's like, you have more power in your pinky finger than you could ever imagine, you know? This is your power to grow, to miraculously grow things. So this is about seasons, this is about cycles, and for me this is very much about don't beat yourself up for resting. It's some of the very most important work you can do. And this shoot, this plant that's growing, is not running and spinning its wheels. It's unfolding in natural time, in accordance with the seasons, in accordance with getting nourished, and in a lot of faith. It's like we know it can come because we intended it. She's looking at her seed because she's planting it with love. And it's green, as is the green here, which I associate with like heart chakra energy. Okay, so that's the reading based on my intuitive story that I picked up from these cards. And I'd love for you to share with me if you have your own, or if this resonated for you today. I'm going to read from the back. Unfortunately, I can't show you the front and read from the back at the same time. So I'm just going to zoom through this card so you can enjoy the art. All of these cards are not done from models, but from imagination. So she's lying down under the stars, resting. Says, dream on as you lay down to sleep. Give thanks for all you love in your life. Give thanks even for your desires, the fulfillment of them in advance. Watch them coming to fruition. So it's a little bit about, as you lay you down to sleep, to soak into your visions, to soak into good. We have a responsibility to pleasure. We have a responsibility to spend time. Okay, you can be laying here in bed worrying. Your worries will still be there when you wake up. You can also lie in bed full of, what do I want to create? Who do I want to be? What do I want to feel? And as you create those visions, you are dreaming awake and you are building new pathways in your brain. That's your responsibility, to allow yourself to feel wonderful and feel thankful and feel good. That's a responsibility. We often want that to come from outside, but you can take charge of that job. Look at that. It's hard work, but someone's got to do it. The work of dreaming, the work of receiving your good now between your ears in your mind. Okay. So whether you're looking at relationships, experiences, outcomes, feelings, fall asleep with the feelings and images of fulfillment and gratitude. When you wake, grab a journal. Start your day by visioning again. Make a desires list. Reaffirm it each day. Adjust any time. When you make a desires list, guys, now this is something actually she is doing. She's the awakened woman. Desires, just stop thinking about how, stop thinking what's possible. Allow yourself to dream. Dare yourself to dream. I remember when I got divorced, 17 years ago, that this phrase jumped into my head, was that I had no longer dared to dream. Oh, Maria, thank you. Okay, so about the journaling, thank you so much for your support. Start your day by visioning again. Make a desires list, affirm it each day, adjust any time. Maybe nobody asks you what you want, but do you ask you? That's the responsibility. That's being your ideal lover, employer, spouse, partner, best friend, goddess. Take a mental bath, a heart immersion, a body and soul excursion into all that you ever wanted. This is your freedom, powerful and free. Know you are worthy because you are. Not because this, that, or the other thing. Because you are. You're a limitless possibility. You can be, do, have anything. Knowing this is true, how do you move differently in the world? What do you decide now? So this card actually carries you from rest to action, which is interesting. I'm going to read this card too. We're celebrating the deck, literally arrived yesterday. Here's another sleeping card. Okay, this one. So now I'll focus on this image while we read this card. When I'm grounded with earth, I can balance the air energy, information, and the water energy, which is emotion, and the impulses of fire and passion. Touch the earth, sit on it, meditate on its colors. So here we have fire, earth, water, and air. So it's all the elements in this image. Get your pelvis on the floor. That's her seated. Yeah. Feel your spine sprout roots to the center of the earth. Breathe into these roots. It's always beneficial to come back down to earth. Are you all up in your head or overwhelmed with feeling? Are you anxious and impatient? Are you dreaming? What gift can your groundedness bring you right now? She's getting grounded. She's connected to the earth while she looks to the heavens and dreams. Daydreams, the power of daydreaming. Hi, Zara. We're celebrating the card deck and we're doing a reading. We did an intuitive reading and now we're reading from the backs of the cards. What gift can your groundedness bring you right now? Breathe into the center of the earth. Stay here a while. Sprout your roots deep. So, if all you get from one of these cards is a reminder to take one conscious breath today, you got your money's worth, because it's amazing how we can, blunder through our days disconnected or unaware. It's so good to connect. So now we're going to read the final card. This is the one about the planting. And again, I love this progression from resting and absorbing, rising with inspiration, and sort of sorting through many ideas, and then the planting of a focused intention. Oh, upside down. Okay. Touch down, get grounded, feel the earth's energy flowing up through your feet to your heart. Poke a hole in the ground. Plant your seed of intention. Water it with true desire. Oh, hi. Nice to meet you. Passionate about fashion design. Ask me anything. Meet me on the DMs. I would love to talk with you, Zara. Happy to meet you. Showing my face. Hi, guys. Okay. Poke a hole in the ground. Hone your focus on the vision. What you are growing. Release to Great Spirit. Know that magic is happening deep below the surface. Set your co-creation in motion with love as invisible forces swirl to your aid. I see that here. All these circles surrounding her. Invisible forces swirling to her aid. Miracles conspire when you are inspired. I love spire. It has to do with respiration as well as inspiration. It has to do with breath. Manifestations of love for the good of all require no sacrifice. We often associate creation and fulfillment of our desire with great sacrifice. But the reason I say no sacrifice is that when you are truly doing what you are moved to do by love and by spirit, I don't even know how to call it work, because it is hard work that is so undeniably driven from inside that it is the most, it's the labor of love. It's total unity of who you are and what you're doing. It's totally aligned action that never feels like sacrifice. I don't even know if I should use the word work. It takes a lot of focused energy but it's not sacrifice. So nice to meet you. Yes, anytime. I'd love to know more about you, Zara. Set your co-creation in motion with love. Yeah. Manifestations of love for the good of all require no sacrifice. What seed do you plant? And that's pretty much your desire, your journal prompt. What seed do you desire to plant? So Zara, or anyone else here, please DM me. I'd love to know what seed you are desiring to plant now. You know, when you declare it, when you say it, when you write it, when you share it, you're giving it energy. You're speaking it into existence. There is power in your words. So I encourage you to put into words one of your intentions, one of your dreams, one of your desires. And think about not how you will make it, but why, and get clear on what it is. And you can start growing it. But don't forget to rest. This deck, just DM me. I'll have the links up soon. The only reason I haven't put them up yet is because right now they're pricier than I wanted them to be, and I'm trying to find a way to bring the price down. But perhaps the inaugural decks will just have to go out at this higher price. But those people will get will get it before everyone else. And I created all of this art using digital tools that you can actually do in your iPad. So if you want to take my iPad course, it's called About Faces, and it's linked in my bio, as are my fashion design and illustration courses, which are so infused with creativity and love and body positivity. Really wanting to give a whole new voice to fashion education after 20 years of teaching at college. I love you all. I hope this brought you some wisdom, some healing, some grounded and centeredness for your day. And I'll see you soon. Don't forget to subscribe or follow if you want more. And if fashion is your passion, subscribing at fashionillustrationtribe.com, you get a whole packet of videos and tools for fashion creativity free when you sign up. Love. Bye, guys.